Today I'm going to take you through my creation of a tiny BJD. Today I just started doing the head for this BJD, and I first gathered all of my materials that I might use. This isn't all of it, but I thought you would like to see some of the things I've used over the time. Here's my little head. It's based off of the STO doll heads that you can buy for Epoxy bodies, as you can see in the background. I covered mine in filler and sandable primer, and I also used a lot of tools for creating this doll. I like to use a lot of sculpture tools, a lot of tools to take away, so I tend to do an additive and subtractive method of sculpting this doll. And as you can see, I have a lot of tools to subtract from this doll, from grinding tools, burr tools, sandpaper tools, just a lot of things to really carve into this doll. And even carving tools. So I'm going to get my head and I'm going to start sanding it a little bit. The doll is mostly completed, for the head at least, but I messed up the head cap several times, so I am trying to smooth out the head cap and smooth out some of my finer details that I made. Like, I made a different nose compared to the STO doll, and I really wanted it to stand out a little bit better because I like having more of a chunky baby nose. And my ears are a little bit more defined, and I have it biting its bottom lip right now, but it looks like he has a little bit of a cleft lip, so I'm trying to fix that today. So after I sand it, I tend to use Milliput, which is a 2-part epoxy. You take part A and part B and you mix it equal parts together. Mixing this clay is very easy, and I don't really need too much. I actually made too much in this particular shot, but I'd rather have too much than too little, and the extra bit I can use to see when the clay has fully cured and hardened. But it takes a while. It takes about 3 hours for that to cure. Sculpting a doll this way is a little bit slower than, say, using the Super Sculpty and the polymer clays you've seen at the beginning of this particular video. But after trying so hard with this polymer clays, I've always had to bake it and bake it and bake it, and I just didn't like how it kept burning my doll. So I switched to Milliput 2-part epoxy, and I like it because it forces me to slow down and take it easy while I'm sculpting this doll. So I'll just sculpt it, and then after I'm done sculpting it, I will sculpt it some more. Sometimes I will mess up a part of the doll as I'm sculpting it. You don't see in this shot, but I accidentally messed up the ear as I was sculpting the lip, trying to fix that kind of cleft lip that I had going. I also have this little scratch on the eyelid, and I wanted it to fix it. See, the back of the head cap is all chunky and gross looking. It just has all these bumps, and I'm just going to go back and sand that in a bit. But this ear, I really wanted it, this left ear for the doll, my right side, was just slightly too thin, so I was bulking the top of it up so it matches the other ear. And I kind of like how it feels when you hand sculpt something, because it has a more tactile feel than my 3D stuff. But my 3D stuff, I wasn't as talented at doing 3D sculpture as I originally wanted, so I switched to hand sculpting this doll. And here's the little scratch I'm going to fix. I'll be right back. After the clay has cured, I'll then go back to my sanding tools and my burr tools and my rotary tools, and I'll just sit here and I will carve at it again. And I'll just keep going back and forth between my dining room table, where I've set up my sanding station, and my computer workstation. And that's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye now.